Hello. Welcome to Boys Talks Business, where the goal is to get our business set up and ready to scale with social media. So, I didn't publish on Wednesday. I was a little preoccupied. Unfortunately, X is my main focus. So it's a little bit of a situation where I just focused strategically on X. I wanted to hit the last couple of followers to get to 300. So I was focused on engaging and just posting on there. So I do apologize to all that were expecting a Wednesday episode. Starting next week, I will be changing up the schedule to be more in line with what my availability looks like. Just because I am doing the boot camp and I want to put a lot of effort into that. Twitter is still going to be second priority there. So this I don't want to have an inconsistency with the schedule and miss, Wednesdays is usually like a bad day. Monday's usually a bad day. So what I'm going to switch it to is Tuesday and Thursday. And I'll record and write on those days. And we'll just do 2 a week. And we'll go from there and see what comes of that. And that way they can be a little more quality. I don't have to rush through them. And you guys can get more value out of it. So thank you so much for your patience. And we can get into this. So if you're not on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, I recently did a challenge where I was supposed to do 300 comments in a day. So this newsletter, this episode, is a case study on, was it worth the effort? Would I do it again? And, everything in between the results and stuff. So it was Wednesday morning. I had woken up. And just as expected, I crossed another milestone, 300 followers on X. I actually woke up with like 304, 305-ish. And I want to say like that day I gained like 10, which was like weird because I hadn't done anything yet. Like I hadn't even commented on any posts or anything. So that was when I kind of noticed momentum was a big part of X and the algorithm. And I wanted to see a couple of things. I posted a quick tweet about the 300, but I didn't feel like that was enough. So I decided to create a challenge for myself to celebrate further. So the next day, Thursday, I'd be making 300 comments in a day, split up into 3 categories of community interactions. So people who I have rapport with, influencer interactions, people with large communities, and then stranger interactions, people with that I'm unfamiliar with. Here, let me fix that because I typed it up weird. Yeah, people I'm unfamiliar with. Maybe I don't have to say it. Nah, I'll leave it there. This will give me a well-rounded set of data to use later. This challenge, it was a challenge. I did want to make it interesting. I did want to have fun with it, but it became a little bit more. For me, the primary objective was market analysis and data collection. I really wanted to study a little more in depth what a high volume approach would look like, what it can do, because with the boot camp, I am looking to help other people hit their targets faster, kind of accelerate their process. So I figured like doing this right before the boot camp would help me develop routines that are more optimized, but we can get into that a little later. So the main objectives, there were a lot, but I did go with the main 6 here. So the first one was to discover an optimal engagement routine for maximum results. Like I said, really just wanted to get something set and a standard out there, and see what exactly works. Not just like how often to engage, but who to engage with and what to say. So I mixed it up. I tried different formats of commenting and stuff to see, what would get the best results. And then increase momentum from prior milestone achievements. So like I said, I had hit 300 followers on Wednesday, and I wanted to keep the excitement around that achievement until the next achievement, and then, I'm at 328 followers. So the next achievement will be like probably Monday when I'm hitting 350. We'll see what happens between now and then. And then increase traffic and visibility on my X profile. So just wanted to get more eyes on my stuff, see exactly what that would look like, what it would feel like, if it would matter, and then accelerate the community building process. So I had about a community of 40 ish, maybe 60 if you count some people that I had rapport with that weren't like super involved with my stuff. I wanted to see if, this challenge could help accelerate the process of building that up. Like I said, it was 40 and I'd been working on my stuff for about 4 months. Oh, well, 3 months. So this is my fourth month. So 4 months, yeah. So about 10 people added to the community in a month. I wanted to see if there would be any increase in that. And then increased credibility and authority. So I felt like a challenge would help with the credibility and authority, people looking at me grind and see what my efforts are capable of. Knowing that I am somebody that can do these things, even though they're difficult. Definitely I felt would go a long way with the incredibility, with the, why do I keep saying incredibility, whatever, with the credibility and authority, and then also win new clients. So the end game of any effort is to get more business, to make the business more profitable. Like I said, the goal of this podcast is to help people grow their businesses online, and I felt like this challenge would be a good step in the right direction to that process. With more traffic comes more leads. With more leads comes more business. So felt like that was another objective I should add in there. Right. So those are the 6 main ones. Obviously, there's a little bit more nuances, or I don't know if that I'm using that right, but there are more nuances that I was paying attention to. But those 6 were the ones that I felt like were the main core of the challenge. So I failed. This is the first challenge I had done on X. Really, first challenge I had done. No. First challenge I had done on X. I'd done some other social media challenges on Medium, but nothing of this magnitude and nothing this short. Most of the challenges that I was doing were like 90-day challenges, 30-day challenges. This was just 1 day, all out effort, balls to the wall, right? I figured there would be a few bumps, but never anything like this, and I completely whiffed. I'd only managed to get about 175 comments in by the end of the day before I was like completely gassed. I'd say by like the 100th comment, I was already mentally exhausted. But I did learn a few things from this experience. So people genuinely want to see you win. Even when I felt like I wasn't doing that good, like people were always like, "Oh man, I can't wait to see it. You're going to kill it. You're a machine, blah, blah, blah." So that was good to see. It was very morale boosting. And it helped to, I guess, build some rapport with some of those people. Also, my community didn't even have 100 people. Like I said, I was splitting up the comments by community, influencers, and strangers. And when I tried to do the community at 100 comments, I couldn't. I was doubling back. I was trying to do like unique people each time, but I had to essentially go back over and, do that over. And then once I doubled back, I still had to, I guess, backfill the remaining comments left of the 300 over the other 2 categories. So my community wasn't as big as I thought it was. And the last thing, I had no set process for online comment creation. So I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of winging each comment. I didn't have a set format. I was just sometimes reiterating whatever the tweet said. And those aren't the most engaging comments. Those don't really drive things home all the way. My goal is to add value, not just with my content, but comments too. So not having a process really, I felt, hurt me there. So with these lessons in mind, I wanted to try again. Once again, I had people supporting me, people who were looking for me to succeed. And when I failed, I was like, I could do it better. And this time I was going to refuse to be defeated. But just to double back, the first time I did this, I took like 6 hours worth of breaks. Like 6 hours worth of breaks. I was literally just like kind of on and off with it. And I still got 175 comments. So I feel like that was still a success because I wasn't as intense about completion as I could have been. Even though I didn't complete the challenge, obviously I failed that, but I feel like I still did enough to make a dent. And then attempt 2. So this is about the second time I did it. Spoiler, I win. I did it. I wouldn't be writing this article. Well, no, I'd probably still be writing this article if I didn't, but it'd be a different ending. So now that I knew what to expect, my initial goal was to put myself in a position to succeed. I woke up and immediately got to it. I completed my first comments in the first 90 minutes of my day. And then I took an hour break for lunch and relaxation. Boom. Then I knocked out another 100. in the next 3 hours. And then right after that, I went to play tennis with my fiance. And then I was on the home stretch, but it was getting late. I think I got home at like 7, took a shower and ate. Well, took a shower, so like 7:30. I was actually sitting down and writing, and I didn't eat. Like, fiance had made food, but I literally let it sit there for like an hour trying to get more comments in. I was obsessed. Um, so in the back of my head, I was like, I just don't want to lose. And I don't know, things kind of slowed down. Once I got to that halfway point, I had gotten to about 150 comments total after that mark. And then when I sat down to finally, finish out the comments, I kind of got laxed. Like, my brain was just stuck. I couldn't think of anything new to say. But I didn't want to lose. I really don't like losing. It's probably like, it's not embarrassing for me, but if I know that I can do better, I always want to do better. There's no exceptions to that. It's pretty much ingrained in everything I do. If I have a feeling or a notion that that I can do something, like, I want to do it. I want to see that happen. So I continue to knock out the remaining 150 comments over the next 5.5 hours. And I was exhausted. I was a little sad just because, like, my emotions were completely depleted. Once again, these weren't like baby comments where I'm just like, yeah, bro, right, bro, like, congrats, bro. It was like legit comments. If you go back and read any of them, they're like, they could each stand alone as a tweet if you really wanted to. And that was my goal, just to have like high volume, but also high quality. Because I feel like what would be the point of just commenting platitudes? Although I did do that for like the last 25. But, what would be the point of just commenting iterations of what people are saying? So I tried to add value, add my own experiences, as much as I could without exhausting myself. And then once it got to a point where I just couldn't think anymore, I had no other choice. But I found my footing. I got it done. Boise wins. End of story, right? Now, the results. This was kind of what most people are waiting for. So first, I'll go down the objectives. Obviously, we had 6 to start. So, like, just to answer those questions, did I discover an optimal engagement plan for maximum results? I think I have one. I do. Just looking at how the responsiveness of each comment played out, some performed way better than others, and some didn't get any love whatsoever. So I think I have the right mix of what type of contents to do and who to comment on to get the results that I'm looking for. And I think I can modify the routine to maybe prioritize followers or prioritize community or prioritize clients or prioritize whatever, and that's why I'm glad I kind of split it up and did it equally, so that I could have that data to support, my guess, because it didn't really line up with what I guess would work, but it was pretty much like on the money. And did I increase momentum from prior milestone achievement? I absolutely did increase momentum. In fact, it probably more momentum from this than the 300 in the first place. I think people really like to see challenges. I think people like to see other people winning. It was definitely a fun experience, and I think I might get other people to do this. It's hard though. If you do try it, just know, like, it's not easy, and you are going to have to, like, put a lot of effort in. There's no point in trying it if you're just going to do basic comments. I would say, like, practice commenting. Get really good at, like, thinking of quick and quality comments on the fly. Usually pulling from your own experiences is very helpful to the thought process. That way you don't have to create. You can just reflect. Did this increase traffic and visibility on my X profile? Yes, it definitely increased traffic, and my visibility skyrocketed. One of my old clients, well, I guess current client, whatever, sent me a video of them scrolling through their feed, and like for like 50 tweets in a row, it was just my comments. It was pretty hilarious. I'll probably post that on Twitter. It was funny. Did this accelerate the community building process? Yes, it certainly did. Once again, people were supporting me, rooting for me, but I got a lot of feedback from other people, and accidentally would double back onto their content, and a lot of people follow me, a lot of people DM me, a lot of people were following the journey after I had already commented on their stuff. So it was pretty fun. I think I pretty much doubled my community size I guess, initial community. I still have to like continue to engage and be a part of it, but I definitely doubled, if not tripled, my community size. That was cool. And did this increase credibility and authority? Yes, for sure. People ask for me for advice in my DMs. People ask about my story all the time. I get hit up nonstop. Now I've probably already answered 10 DMs today about just my business and what I'm doing. So definitely helped with authority doing a challenge. And the next challenge will probably be more related to my business. I'll probably challenge myself or something like that to close stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think I'll have a fun little challenge to do. And did I win any new clients? So no, I have not closed any new clients from this yet, but I did generate a bunch of hot leads, people who are in the buying stage that are looking for the service that I'm offering. And so once again, I don't really try to sell. I just have conversations. It's mainly what I do. So it is a slower burn, but at the end of the day, like, I don't want to pressure anybody into doing something they're not comfortable with, right? So like, I'm not a manipulator. I'm an educator. So I let people know exactly what I offer, what I can do for them, and then I let the work speak for itself. So whoever doesn't, sign up now, I'm sure they'll sign up later because I know what I'm doing. And getting results is probably easier for me to do for other people than for myself, just because I don't have anyone pushing me. It's just me pushing me, and not gonna say I don't have people supporting me, but pushing me, like, know exactly what I'm supposed to do next. It's kind of like a lone wolf thing. I still have a coach, but I'm not using it as much as I should be, just because I have been a little more focused on creating a more unique experience for me and my clients. But nonetheless, we can get down to the numbers. Show me the numbers. So according to the X stats page, which I broke, by the way, my impressions are at 18,184, profile visits 263, new followers 49. I did screenshot in the newsletter exactly what the X stats, I guess the advanced stats page looks like, and if you add that up, I'm pretty sure it's off the mark in terms of the total impressions. I think it might be 20K or so, and it's missing a whole day. It's missing all of Wednesday, so I have no clue what it's supposed to look like. But these are the numbers, and then compared to before, so the impressions were 9,443 right before I started on yesterday. Profile visits 145, and then new followers 40. Which, once again, the stats page is obviously broken. It just doesn't work. So I'm sure it's generating more traffic than what I believe it to, just because of the sheer number of comments. Most of my comments get around at least 10 views, right? So if we're doing 10 times, I guess that's 3,000. Maybe it is accurate. I don't know. Nah, I don't think it's accurate. It's probably more than that. Let me look. I can look. How many views do my comments normally get? Yeah, I'd say about average 10 views. I guess it depends on who I comment on too. So it could be accurate. Who knows? But a lot of my posts after the fact got a lot of shine as well. People going back and looking through my profile, looking at my content. So that also had a role in that too. So now there's one question left to answer. Everything else was answered. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Yesterday, right after finishing, the answer was an obvious no. But I woke up to a different feeling once I slept it over. Truth is, 300 comments can boost your profile to an insane amount of traffic. Just crazy amounts of traffic. I woke up to over 170 replies. I spent like an hour and a half responding to them. And I felt like a celebrity for a little bit. I was just like, man, is this how Kanye feels? Like, why Kanye? I don't know. But, it felt good to have reception over my content and people getting back to me, wanting to have a connection of some sort. It doesn't have to be like super in depth, but just anything. It's kind of why we use social media, to have that feeling. So it was a nice feeling. However, I would say that the ratio of comment type has to be different. So splitting everything up equally really makes no sense. it just wasn't ideal for the outcome that I would want as an account. I would want more followers. I'd want more traffic. So I know the exact ratio I would need, or can guess the exact ratio I would need to ensure that I'm getting the most optimal result. Um, so yes, it was worth it, but only if you do it the right way. Much of this challenge was to get ready for my upcoming boot camp. Like I said, traffic generation was an area where I saw a lot of people lacking. So I wanted to go through this process to find a formula that could help people grow their online presence. And I feel like this formula would work for almost any social media platform, not just X. Obviously, the algorithms are going to be different, but I think this is a universal concept just because some of the stuff that I'm learning from this X experiment, I was using in Medium, and it definitely boosted my visibility a lot. So Medium and X are completely polar opposites in terms of social media sites. So if you're interested in unlocking the full potential of your business, be sure to join up. We start Monday, so we have about 2 more days before it's not too late, but just you're gonna be behind. And I plan to go over a lot of stuff the first week, pretty much setting up foundations and making sure everybody's business is ready to scale, and then educating them on the process to do that as fast as possible. My goal is to get everybody a customer in the first month. That is the goal. So only 3 slots left. $250 a month for the 90-day program, $500 paid in full for all 3 months. This is my low ticket offer. I'll actually be scaling my higher ticket offer side by side with people in the boot camp. So using all the same strategies that have earned me about $7 million in revenue since 2020. So I am excited to start. I know I don't sound excited. I'm a little pooped typing this out. It took a lot of brain power, but I am excited to start. So if you're interested or want to know more, just to get more details about what we'd be doing, feel free to DM me on X. It's just at Boise Gordon, no spaces, or email me at waitlist, one word, at boisegordon.com. Waitlist at boisegordon.com. Cool. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this is exactly what you were expecting. And thanks for dropping by. I appreciate every single one of you. Peace.